how are you today, sunshine? So today I'm starting a brand new series which gives me a bit of anxiety. Let's do it! I need to give this video a bit of a longer preface. I am not a teacher of any sorts. I'm not teaching any languages. Not English, not Slovene, nothing. It just happens that I grew up with English and some other languages as well as my mother tongue, which is Slovene. Slovene happens to be one of the most diverse languages, not because of the language itself, but because of the dialects. But Slovenia is surrounded by countries that happen to speak completely different languages. On the south, Croatia is basically the only country that is as well Slavic. The other ones are completely different. Romance language from Italy, Germanic language on the north from Austria, and I didn't make a research. A language like Hungarian is completely different. So yeah, we have those influences not only in our language, as in dialect, but also in our culture, but we're not going to talk about that right now. I do understand other dialects. Some are actually very hard to understand, and you have to pay a lot of attention. It's like listening to Czech or something, or Russian. You may understand something. I mean, Russian is probably harder. I don't know, I don't have the best example, but it's like you just know some words because your dialect has them, or because they're similar to some other languages that you speak, and so on. So if you're from Slovenia, you're free to help me, because if things are not grammatically correct, they may still be correct in other dialects. And to consider that Slovenia has over 50 dialects, there's probably impossible to know them all. And my dialect is from North Carniola, which is very similar to the Ljubljana dialect. So we're starting with pronunciations. I feel like if you're a tourist, you probably have a lot of problems pronouncing things, and it's very helpful if you do indeed know how to pronounce letters, which I don't think they're so hard to pronounce, but it also depends like what languages do you speak, or what languages do you speak. If you speak Slavic language, then you probably don't have as much problem. But if you just know Germanic and Romance languages, then you might have more issues there, but don't give up. Okay, I'm just gonna go alphabetically. Yeah, I have my notes here, so there's that. I wrote a lot about it, but if I follow the notes, I'm just gonna read everything, so I'm just trying to speak freely, which in school I could never do. I would just become nervous and I can't speak freely. I'm gonna forget everything, and I probably didn't say anything that I wrote, or just did a few things, but mainly didn't. Okay, I will be comparing Slovene to other languages that I know. In pronunciations 1. Obviously we have to start with letter A, and surprisingly that's the first letter of Slovene alphabet. It's pronounced A. I mean, A is nothing special. A. Auto. Car. B. B. Banana. Banana. The trick starts with the letter C, and it's probably one of the most complicated letters that Slovene has. Or is that not true? Well, it's definitely the first one, so C is in English pronounced more like S in Slovene, or as well in English, but it's, yeah, more like S. Slovene, it's not pronounced nor like S nor like K, but it's S, so its letter is called C. The spelling of the letter would be in English either TS or ZZ. I actually didn't think about it, like I wrote this a long time ago, and then I was like, wait, but they do pronounce ZZ as C. How did I get to it? Interesting story. Anyway, examples are cesta, road, cirkel, church, and the example that actually got me to the conclusion of ZZ or ZZ is Lipica. That is, there's no translation, but there is a translation for the horse that comes from there, which is Lipican or Lipicanor. Yeah, spelled with 2 Z's. The letter that follows C is something that most alphabets probably don't have. The next letter is Ch. It's what foreigners would say C with an accent, if you want. It's not a C at all. It replaces digraph like CH in English for chocolate, chocolada. Okay, so in German, the same way to say the same thing is with 4 letters. 4 letters. It's T, S, C, and H to just say ch, ch. Now we move on to the letter D. Nothing special there, the letter is pronounced D. And, not duh, but duh. Okay, drvo, which is a tree. We move on to the letter E. 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 I'm gonna skip this right now because it's a bit complicated, so I will refer to this letter in a following video, but E is probably the most common way to pronounce it. E and E. F is quite straightforward as well. F, figa, fig. Now G has a little stop here because G in English is pronounced G. G. Why is it pronounced like that? Sometimes it's pronounced more like G. More like in Slovene. Letter is pronounced G. Something like babies say. And it's not pronounced like in English at all, or in most cases. Yeah, because in English you say G and in Slovene you say G. So, examples: ghost, forest. And because I want to troll you, I'm gonna say ghost. Ghost, forest, ghost, visitor. Is that a correct translation? Sometimes there's more possible meanings and I might have forgotten some. And Gora, mountain. I have 3 examples. Next letter is H. It's an interesting letter, honestly. In Spanish, it's silent. Yeah, it's never silent in Slovene. And you really have to pronounce it. The letter is pronounced H. And examples are Hisha, house, pohod, hike. And we continue on with I. In Slovene it's pronounced I. Like letter E in English? Well, I. And we have igla, needle. This video is gonna be like really long. Maybe I could split this one. Thank you very much for watching. You know, always come back to me, guns of love. Bye. I have tree. Life is what you make.